Hey guys, it's Terragates here. So I kind of want to bring a video with you. There's this cool game. It's called Identity V. It's really popular over in the East, and it's kind of getting popular over here. So I wanted to give my thoughts and opinions on it. I've been playing it for about a week now, and I really do like it. It's a free game, and you can download it on mobile, you can download it on PC, you can download it anywhere you want. It's a pretty fun game. I've only had it for about like under a week now, and I'll be honest, I've had a blast. I've been playing with friends, experiencing what this game has to offer. It's been kind of a really fun experience because like I've been used to playing Dead by Daylight. I play a lot of Dead by Daylight, and this is similar to Dead by Daylight. It's kind of cool though because it has like both the killers and the survivors have like their own unique abilities, which is really cool because it kind of gives them like interesting play. It's not just like perk based, which is kind of fun. So I think that's kind of fun. So it's like kind of a game that's kind of fun to play. But however, this game is not without its troubles, though. I basically wanted to make this video, using my knowledge on the genre as a whole, because I played a lot of asymmetric games. So I want to use this, to improvement because, much like face camping, there's a lot to burn about this game, and I'd like to get to it. Structure of this video is going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to kind of go through, talk about each killer, what I think about them, sprinkle in a few comments here and there, and then maybe get to the game mechanics as a whole. We'll see what I'll feel like when I'm moving through this video. But I'll let you know. So first things first, we have Leo here, or I think his name's like the Ember or something like that, or Fire Ember, Hell's Ember or something. But goodness gracious, daddy issues. So basically, shorthand, this guy is someone's dad, and he has a few skeletons in his closet. But let's talk about his dolls and the Infernal Soul ability he gets. He basically can spawn a clone of himself that chases down survivors for a limited time. However, the soul can walk through pallets, do taxes, also be a bad father figure, all for free. His dolls can teleport. He can teleport to his dolls once he gains access to it, and they basically do all the same things that his normal clone that he spawns does. And this happens obviously in later stages of the game. He gets two of them, I believe. So I think honestly we just got to work on the immunity to pallets thing, because sometimes they'll walk through pallets and I don't really get that, and sometimes they'll break them or sometimes they'll walk through them. And maybe look at their base movement speeds, because like his souls are like really quick. Like not only is there pressure of already two people, like it's also the fact that they're super fast. So I'd definitely look at those. We have the geisha. So nurse, you sneaky lady. This is basically a nurse, but without cooldown or exhaustion, and can like actually fly. And I'm not like talking like like those little floaty leg things that nurse does. And they're like 30 meters in the sky. Like she can fly. So I think we can just punish her simply by just punishing her dash if she spams it or whatnot. Maybe if you want to do kind of the exhaustion thing, I don't know. I don't want to like. I don't want to like kind of copy Dead by Daylight, but like she seems that she can just kind of spam her dash over and over, and yeah, you can look at her and like stop her, kind of like those faces from Doctor Who, or those stone faces. They're pretty cool, but like you're also running backwards and you can't see, like you can't move your camera away from her, so like you can't even see where you're going, and that can be kind of frustrating too. So I'd say maybe just punish her dash. Like maybe, if she dashes a few times, put a little cooldown on it if she keeps spamming it, or put a cooldown on it in general. That'd be pretty cool. Or it might have a cooldown, but I don't know what the cooldown exactly is. Let's see. Oh my god. Smiley face. So, look, this guy. Absolutely this guy. I don't even know where to begin with this guy. Like, he's so much like Hillbilly from Dead by Daylight that he gets to charge like great distances, kind of like a chainsaw type of thing, but it's actually just a rocket. He has more points on his turns when he's in this mode than my actual IQ. He actually gets more 360 no scopes than any match I've ever played on Nuketown, and I don't even want to tell you about his hitboxes. His hitboxes absolutely just boggles the mind. So fixes, we can do any of the three of these really. We need to reduce his mobility to his charge. We need to up the cooldown on his charge as a whole, and finally just make sure his hitboxes kind of make sense. Like any one of these would really help, or all three. He's really frustrating to play against sometimes because like you'll juke him out and like he'll be dashing towards you and you'll juke out his dash. You're like, all right, cool, I'm getting away, and then you like jog for a second. And he just starts up the rocket again, and you're like, okay, and like it's just really frustrating to play. And he can just keep using it over and over and over and over, and that's kind of just something we certainly need to look at. I thought he had a cooldown for it. When I played him, I thought he did. Maybe I didn't see it. But it seemed like when I was playing against them, because I was playing in some ranked against a whole lot against like better players, and like it seems like they were able to just use it all the time. And I'm pretty fair at this game, so I definitely want to say look at this guy, please. So we have Deerstalker, or I'm sorry, Gamekeeper. There we go, Dead by Daylight. So Gamekeeper, I don't really mind him, to be honest. I think he's kind of a cool design. I like his whole look as like aesthetically as a whole. I think we could be a little less friendly on his Scorpion Spear because he can kind of just like throw that at you and like it'll hit you as long as it's like, I don't know, anywhere within your like radius. So I'd say maybe a little less friendly with that because that targeting can be pretty cheesy. Oh, Boo Ripper Boo. So he's basically a love child of Wraith and the Huntress. He gets a long range attack that goes over pallets, and eventually he can like cloak throughout the game where he's like full invisible, leaving him to just be a red stain. And his hitboxes are absolutely enormous. Fixes, I'd probably definitely go with, remove the Fog Blade's immunity to pallets because that's just silly. I'd fix his attack hitbox, and I'll admit I do like his design. His design's really cool. It's very aesthetically pleasing. So I'll give him that. Next, we have the Soul Reaver. Of course, where would we be in any horror game without a little arachnophobia, right? So in a horror game, we have Shelob. She can honestly be a nightmare. She makes everything sticky. Her hitboxes are actually a joke. And finally, she has like no need for chairs, which is basically Identity's, hook equivalent, by basically wrapping you up and dropping you faster than OJ's Alibi. So I think the only change I would really have for her is I'd change that speed at which you die when you're wrapped up, because like you feel like you die really fast in the wrapped up state. Maybe it's quicker, I'm not sure. Honestly, that would be kind of a change I'd do for a lot of the chairs, because I feel like when you're in the chairs or even wrapped up, like you just die so fast. Like you're in that chair for 10 seconds, and like if you're gone if you're not saved in like 10 seconds, which can be kind of hard if like I'll be honest, most players in this game face camp, so like most people that I've played against, so it can be super hard. And I have a whole video for that, and that'll be coming up. Trust me, I want to be talking about all of that. So Wu Chang. Okay, so this guy sucks. He's not fun to play against. He has all the coolest moves from any anime antagonist you can think of. He has more reach than Billie Eilish on social media, but let's just go through the list, right? So he's got teleportation, check. Reverse your controls, check. Adds a bonus skill check, check. Multiple personality disorder, check. I don't even know what to do with this guy. His hitboxes would probably be the start because he does have an incredible reach. And sometimes he'll just hit you over some silly stuff. So I'd just say look at his hitbox as well, and then just look at him from the ground up, to be honest, because some of his abilities are just kind of free. The Photographer. So a lot of people have issues with this guy. So I think he's actually one of the coolest, and albeit the most confusing. So I'm going to go ahead and try and shorthand this as much as I possibly can. So here we go. I'm going to kind of speedrun this. So he's basically Freddy. He can put you to sleep, but instead of sleep, it's more of like a photo shoot, and he can go into this photo image and attack your character, but only dealing half damage. These clones were where you were in like the last minute or so. So are you still with me here? Because I'm not. Finally, if he puts you in the chair in the photo world, you go down in the real world, but he also charges you nothing, so that's pretty cool. Like no prices. Honestly, I think he's fine. Once you learn about him, that's probably the hardest thing, is just learning about him because he's got so much about him. But rescuing yourself is always fun, and you can heal yourself in the photo world, and it'll actually heal you in real life, which is super cool. So he's kind of fun to play with. He kind of makes you change your game. You just got to kind of like use the old cerebellum against them, So Mad Eye's here. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know who this guy is. I've never really seen him. Or the one time that I did see him, he was actually AFK. So I've read his abilities. I don't really know. I know they'd have something to do with ciphering and stuff like that. So I honestly don't know much about him, and I don't want to give an unfair bias to him. So until I play like a game where I've like genuinely played against a good one, or if I've even played him myself, I don't want to, I don't want to give anything wrong. So I just say, I'm just gonna leave him as a nil till now. So we have the Feaster. Okay, so look, they actually brought Squidward into this game, Like, it's not even like, I don't know, it's like, okay, it's not Squidward, but he has so many tentacles he can make, like, Cthulhu from, like, Warcraft, like, blush. So his range on his normal attacks is kind of bonkers, not to mention his tentacle can spawn, or sometimes spawn on top of you. But nonetheless, he can command an attack and increasing his reach. So I think the easy fix to him, honestly, would be we need to bring back his normal attack range, because he already has a ton of tentacles to basically compensate for all that. And then we can bring back his base movement speed as well, because he already has other options. He has the tentacles he can use, which are already incredible, and those tentacle hitboxes just need to be looked at. If we can fix the hitboxes on them, then I'm okay with them having his base movement speed. But the hitboxes are so just up in the air in this game sometimes that I'll get hit by things and I'm just like, what happened? Like his tentacles like literally landed like next to me before, and like not even close to my character model, and I'll still get hit. And I'm like, I don't know how that happened. So it's just kind of like cleaning up the game, really. So next we have the Dream Witch, and I actually have no real issues with the Dream Witch. I kind of like where she's at, and she's got a really unique kit. She kind of like her main body's invisible, and she has 2 henchmen that like, can stay within her radius, and she can like control them around, which is kind of cool. So it's kind of a neat idea. So I don't really have anything you know, bad against her. She's invisible. Her main body's invisible, and she can't interact with the world. I think she can fix chairs and stuff like that, but she can't like actually, you know, hit you in her base form. But she's invisible and she can see you, or she can see if she's near you, but she just can't hit you herself. But she can get her henchmen over there to hit you. I think she's fine where she's at, and I have no real changes for her. Axe Boy here. So Sean White here can literally snowboard across the map at any given area. He has an impressive green thumb, and he can pick up a soul and chuck literal actual fire at you. So I think his mobility definitely needs to be reduced. He already has so many options, and it like inherently, you know, he's inherently faster than survivors. Like when they run, they're inherently faster. So generally, I feel like you want to stay away from mobility when it comes to killers. Like with too much mobility, they become a problem, because then they can you can't outplay them. It kind of brings down like your enjoyment of the game, and then also like, you know, it just makes it really rough for anything, because like you already have someone who's faster than you to begin with, right? So that can be pretty frustrating. So I'd say just remove his mobility as a whole. Like if you want to make him slower, you want to take back some of the distance on his dash, anything like that, just somehow maybe just stray him away from mobility a little bit. Not to mention it gives him a range attack. Like if he has all his mobility, he doesn't need a range attack. He just doesn't. We have Evil Reptilian. Not much really said about this one either. I don't find him in a bad spot. He's got a good kit overall, and he can be absolutely lethal with practice. So, and plus I kind of like his leap ability. It's interesting. So I think he's fine where he's at as well. So we'll move on. So Bloody Queen. So honestly, I'll be real honest. When I first saw her, I thought she was absolutely broken. And I played with her, and you know, I kind of learned to play against her, and I'm kind of happy where she's at actually. So she takes skill to evade, and skill to play. So I like that. She can basically spawn a mirror, and she can spawn a mirror, and basically any of the survivors on the opposite side of the mirror will be replicated to her, and there'll be a replicator her put on the other side as well. And basically she can attack the mirrored version of yourself to cause damage to you. But both those mirrors can move through objects, so you can kind of juke her out, and you can just get out of the distance of her mirror, and like then you disappear anyways. So it's pretty fun. It gives you much ample time to dodge. So she's just kind of fun. I like her. She's kind of fun to play with. So Guard 26, this guy's not even out yet, but he kind of gives me Bomberman vibes, so that's pretty much all I have on him. I definitely want to see in 3 days, see what he has to say about that. I'll probably change my opinion. I'll probably add him into a video with Mad Eyes, because I don't really know Mad Eyes very well either. But there you have it, guys. There's my opinions on some of these killers right now. I'm going to make a few more videos on some other stuff. But I feel like for now, we're kind of in a good spot. Plus, I don't want this video to run too long. So you guys have a wonderful evening, a great start to the week. And other than that, take it easy. Bye.